The golf ball is the only piece of equipment that all golfers, pros and amateurs, men and women, high handicap and low handicap, all use for every shot without fail. Making sure you choose the right one for your game is therefore clearly important, and given their focus on gaining whatever marginal gains they can, wherever they can, it makes sense for us to take a look at what golf balls the best pro golfers in the world choose to play with. So in this video we take a look at the best golfers in the PGA Tour and look at the specific balls each pro in the top 100 is using, who is playing soft and hard golf balls, whether the pros use the same golf ball as us lowly amateurs or get special versions made just for them, before considering what has changed since the last time we carried out this study a couple of years back. Welcome back to the Golfing Focus channel, everybody, and as part of our ongoing series of videos looking at what's in the bag of the best pros on tour, we're going to run through the details of the golf balls they prefer. So after this video, please check out our overall video where we go through the entire bag to reveal what the most popular 14 clubs and setups are among the best pros on tour. Turning our immediate focus onto the golf balls though, Titleist golf balls are the most used by the top 100 PGA Tour pros, with 71% playing a Pro V1, Pro V1X or Pro V1 left dot. Callaway and Srixon balls are each used by 10 players, with TaylorMade balls used by 7. Bridgestone balls are chosen by 2 pros, and in total we found 11 golf ball models made by these 5 brands are used by this group. Among the top 100 therefore, Titleist golf balls are used by a whopping 7 times more pros than the next most played balls made by Srixon and Callaway. Within this dominant group, Pro V1s are used by 38 of the top 100 PGA Tour pros, including Scottie Scheffler, Max Homa, Billy Horschel and Victor Hovland. 29 pros such as Patrick Cantlay, Matt Fitzpatrick, Justin Thomas, Jordan Spieth and 2023 US Open champion Wyndham Clark meanwhile choose the firmer and slightly longer playing Pro V1X. A further 4 players, including Tony Finau, use Titleist Pro V1's left dot, which is designed to be a lower flying, lower spinning version of the Pro V1 for long game shots. And for those of you who are not familiar with the Titleist Pro V1 left dot, there is good reason for that. It has never been on retail shelves and was only being sold for a limited time until recently almost exclusively through Titleist.com. We discussed the question of whether pros use special golf balls in more depth later in the video, but in brief, the Pro V1 left dot is what is called a custom performance option or CPO golf ball, which is a ball that is only available to you if you play in one of the pro tours or if you're one of a very select few elite amateur golfers. Not everyone uses Titleist golf balls in the PGA Tour, of course, and a few big names opt for a version of balls produced by the other big manufacturers, including TaylorMade. 7 of the top PGA Tour pros use either the TaylorMade TP5 or TP5X golf ball. Colin Morikawa plays the TP5, for example, while Rory McIlroy chooses the higher launching and lower spinning TP5X alongside Tommy Fleetwood, who uses the PIX version to help his putting alignment. Ricky Fowler is another TP5X PIX user, and it is this version of both the TP5 and TP5X golf balls that he co-developed with TaylorMade that has actually helped Tommy Fleetwood solve a key issue with his putting. Assuming originally that the pixelated orange and black markings were simply a funky design feature added as a nod to Fowler's alma mater, Oklahoma State University, Fleetwood discovered after discussions with TaylorMade that the purpose of the triangular design was really there to assist with alignment of putts. Fleetwood had been struggling in the greens with the issue of where he thought he was aiming compared to where he was in reality, lined up being a fraction off, and after testing realised that the PIX markings, designed to roll end over end and create a pathway on the ball as it rolls, helped solve his aim problem. Comparing the TP5 and TP5X versions also, the TP5 should launch lower but with more spin, and with its compression being almost identical, it is the most similar TaylorMade ball to the Titleist Pro V1. Briefly, before we get on to the rest of the balls the pros use, please hit the like button if this video is being helpful to you. Thanks for doing that. It's much appreciated as it's a great guide for us that the content we're producing is of value to you. Getting back to Callaway golf balls, they are, as we have noted, the second most used brand among the top 100 alongside Srixon with 10 users. And 9 of those 10 choose Callaway's Chrome Soft X ball, including John Ram and Sam Burns. The 2020 Olympic champion, Xander Schauffele, meanwhile, is the only one of this group to use the Chrome Soft X low spin version. Turning our attention then to Srixon, 6 of the 10 players using these golf balls play the Z-Star XV ball, including Hideki Matsuyama and Shane Lowry, while the remaining 4 choose the Z-Star Diamond model, which is also used by 2023 US PGA champion Brooks Koepka. None of this group uses the Srixon Z-Star. Moving finally on to the use of Bridgestone golf balls among the best 100 players in the PGA Tour, it is perhaps surprising that the ball favoured by arguably the greatest golfer of all time, Tiger Woods, is only used by 2 of his colleagues among the top pros on tour. And that very small number is half of what it was the last time we did this analysis. Adam Rayberg, Bridgestone's golf ball fitting manager, remarked in 2020 that the sound of the golf ball was so important to Tiger that he would turn a ball away just for the fact that it didn't sound like he wanted it to. Given such exacting standards, it is interesting to note that only Matt Kuchar, of the top 100 PGA Tour pros we looked at, uses the same Tour BX golf ball as Woods, although Tiger did play the Tour BXS model in all his 15 major wins and only recently made the switch to the Tour BX ball prior to the Masters. When it comes to golf balls, one of the numbers many players can obsess over is compression. And with respect to the pros, we often wonder what compression of ball they typically put in play, or in simpler terms, whether they use hard or soft golf balls. 60% of the top 100 pros on the PGA Tour use a hard or firm compression golf ball, including Titleist Pro V1, Callaway's Chrome Soft X, and Srixon's Z-Star Diamond. The remaining 40% opt for an extra firm golf ball, such as the Pro V1X or TaylorMade TP5X, while no PGA Tour pro uses a soft golf ball. Other firm compression golf balls we discovered being used by this group included the Chrome Soft LS, the Pro V1 Left Dot, Bridgestone's Tour BXS, and the Srixon Z-Star Diamond. In the extra firm compression camp, meanwhile, was also the Bridgestone Tour BX and Srixon Z-Star XV golf balls. We look in depth at the different golf ball compressions and specifically the impact of how hard or soft a golf ball affects distance in another one of our videos, which you can see through the link in the screen now. But put simply, the compression of a golf ball happens when it gets squashed against the club face when you hit it. How much it changes shape at the point of impact determines its compression rating, between 30 to 110, and a harder golf ball will change shape less than a softer one. The amount of compression is also affected by the speed of a golfer's swing, and golfers with higher swing speeds towards 100 miles an hour hit the ball further with harder golf balls, closer to the 110 compression end of the scale, but lose distance with soft or super soft balls at the lower end of the compression scale. Given the average swing speed in the PGA Tour is around 114 to 115 miles an hour, and how important distance is in the game, it makes sense that the pros use hard golf balls because the amount of force they hit the ball with is so great that the ball benefits from having less interaction time with the club face. Things are made a bit more complicated by the fact that all the golf ball manufacturers use their own compression machine, which means there is no industry standard compression number you can use to help you make your choice of ball. But if you think of compression in terms of categories, extra soft, soft, medium firm and extra firm, and choose one made by your preferred manufacturer that's appropriate to your playing ability and budget, your swing speed will undoubtedly help guide you to the correct end of the hard or soft scale. It is hard to watch golf on TV these days and not wonder whether the pros are actually using the same equipment as we can buy ourselves. But what is the reality, and specifically when it comes to the golf balls they use? Many pro golfers use the same golf balls the public can buy, but some use versions that have minor differences and are only available to the pros. These custom performance option or CPO balls must still be listed in the USGA conforming ball list and carry a unique marking identifier such as a diamond, dash or dot. According to veteran club builder Jeff Markgraf, however, these tour-only versions of golf balls are not better than what is sold to consumers, but just have a little different performance that certain players are looking for. Also occasionally, as Titleist did with first the Pro V1X left dash and more recently the Pro V1 left dot, the big brands make these previously off-menu golf balls available to the public, but you are unlikely to find them on the retail shelves as they are sold almost exclusively through the manufacturers' websites. These CPO balls are typically developed when the main manufacturers are working with two pros who are looking for performance characteristics that are slightly different from the balls we can buy in the golf store. The Pro V1 left dot came about, for example, when some pros expressed interest in keeping the flight of their golf ball down, especially in the wind. Titleist therefore developed the left dot as a CPO to deliver a ball to these players that flew lower and spun less than the Pro V1 when it came to the long game, but also produced the same greenside spin and control that the standard Pro V1 model offered. The left dot has since gone on to help the pros win over $0.25 billion in the PGA Tour, as well as a couple of majors. But I think it's safe to say, however, that whatever the differences are in these unique golf balls the pros use, they wouldn't make any difference to or be noticed by 99.9% of mainstream golfers. So that's it for this look at the golf balls used by the top 100 PGA Tour pros. As ever, and most importantly, we hope you're enjoying your golf. And if you like this video, you know what to do with those boxes on the screen, and we look forward to seeing you over in another video shortly.